Introduction. Nestled in the heart of tranquility, the town of Crestwood embraced its residents in a cocoon of serenity. It was a place where the ebb and flow of life mimicked the gentle cadence of a lullaby, and where the sunsets, with their mesmerizing palette of orange and pink, painted the sky as if whispering secrets to the clouds. Among the denizens of Crestwood lived a man whose name echoed through the quiet streets, Samuel Harris. Samuel, a figure of quiet strength and unassuming grace, was the embodiment of a life led in the pursuit of simplicity. His existence mirrored the familiar pattern of daily routines, familial bonds, and the occasional nod to the extraordinary moments that sprinkled his life with joy. Little did Samuel know that the quaint tapestry of his life would soon be unraveled, revealing the intricate threads of moral dilemmas and the mysteries of love that had silently woven themselves into the fabric of his being. This is the story of Samuel and his family, a narrative that transcends the boundaries of ordinary existence. Within the walls of the Harris household, beneath the veneer of routine and familiarity, lay a tale waiting to be unfurled. A tale that beckons those willing to tread the delicate tightrope between the complexities of morality and the enigma of love. As we embark on this journey, be prepared to confront the poignant reality of a sad tragedy that befalls the Harris family. It is a narrative that refuses the crutches of fiction, opting instead for the rawness of reality. The shadows of love and loss cast their silhouette over the seemingly ordinary life of Samuel, transforming the mundane into a canvas of emotional turbulence and moral introspection. The air in Crestwood, once pregnant with the sweet fragrance of community and camaraderie, now carries an unspoken heaviness, a premonition of the challenges that await. Brace yourself for an odyssey that transcends the boundaries of storytelling, a journey through the intricacies of human relationships, the frailty of moral certitude, and the enduring resilience of love. In the chapters that follow, we will navigate the labyrinth of Samuel's life, exploring the nuances of his character, the dynamics of his family, and the unforeseen tribulations that await. Shadows of Love and Loss is not just a tale, it is an invitation to reflect on our own lives, to question the certainties we hold dear, and to discover the transformative power that lies within the embrace of both love and loss.
Chapter 1: A Simple Life. In the heart of Crestwood, where the rustling leaves whispered tales of simplicity and contentment, Samuel Harris carved out a niche for himself. A middle-aged man, Samuel possessed a heart brimming with dreams that mirrored the quiet aspirations of a life well lived. His world revolved around the nucleus of his family, Emily, his steadfast wife, and their 2 children, Lucy and Daniel. The Harris homestead, nestled in the embrace of Crestwood's charm, stood as a testament to the beauty found in life's unassuming moments. Their abode, adorned with the laughter of children and the comforting aroma of home-cooked meals, emanated warmth that extended far beyond the walls of their residence. The Harris family had woven themselves into the fabric of the tight-knit community, known not for grandiosity but for the genuine kindness that radiated from their actions. In the evenings, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Samuel could be found on the porch, a silhouette against the fading hues of the sky. His simple pleasures included the rhythmic creaking of the rocking chair beneath him and the distant hum of life in Crestwood. This was a man who found fulfillment in the mundane, a man whose dreams were not grandiose but were rooted in the soil of everyday joys. Emily, his companion in this journey, was the silent force that anchored the Harris household. Her presence, marked by a gentle grace, complemented Samuel's dreams with the practicality needed to navigate the intricacies of family life. Lucy and Daniel, the vivacious embodiments of their parents' love, added a melody to the symphony of the Harris family existence. Crestwood, with its cobblestone streets and houses adorned with flower boxes, bore witness to the harmonious life that the Harrises led. Their story, etched in the smiles exchanged with neighbors and the shared responsibilities of community events, unfolded like a chapter in a book where simplicity was the recurring theme. As we step into the first chapter of Shadows of Love and Loss, let us immerse ourselves in the serenity of the Harris family's simple life, unaware of the shadows that loom on the horizon, waiting to cast their pall over the canvas of their contentment. Chapter 2: The Unsettling News. The rhythmic ticking of the antique clock in the Harris living room seemed to echo the uneventful passage of time in Crestwood. However, on this fateful day, the pendulum's gentle swings belied the storm that was about to descend upon Samuel Harris and his family. The air, once thick with the comforting embrace of routine, now carried an uneasiness that set the stage for an unforeseen turn of events. As the morning sun painted the town in hues of gold, a letter arrived at the Harris doorstep, an innocuous piece of parchment that would alter the course of their lives. Emily, with a furrowed brow, retrieved the envelope and unfolded its contents. Samuel, who had been sipping his morning coffee on the porch, felt a shiver run down his spine as he noticed the subtle change in his wife's demeanor. The unsettling news contained within the letter cast a dark shadow over the once content and joyful Harris family. Samuel's heart, once filled with dreams and the simple pleasures of life, now bore the weight of an unforeseen burden. The contents of the letter, like a sudden gust of wind, rattled the foundation of their tranquil existence, leaving behind a disquiet that lingered in the air. The news, a revelation that struck at the core of their familial bonds, set in motion a series of events that unfolded with the inevitability of a tragic play. The once predictable cadence of life in Crestwood gave way to a discordant symphony of uncertainty. Samuel, a man who had found solace in the routine and the familiar, now faced the unknown, and the path ahead seemed fraught with challenges that tested the very fabric of his morality and resilience. The Harris family convened in the living room, their expressions a mirror of the turmoil within. Samuel, grappling with the weight of the news, met the gaze of Emily, whose eyes reflected both concern and an unwavering support. Lucy and Daniel, oblivious to the gravity of the situation, looked to their parents for guidance, sensing a shift in the familial equilibrium. The town, once a haven of tranquility, now bore witness to the ripples of upheaval emanating from the Harris household. Whispers circulated through Crestwood as neighbors exchanged knowing glances, recognizing that the shadows of uncertainty had crept into the very fabric of their community. As we delve into the second chapter of Shadows of Love and Loss, let us stand alongside the Harris family on the precipice of the unknown. The unsettling news has set in motion a sequence of events that will unfurl like a tapestry, weaving together the threads of mystery, morality, and resilience in the face of unforeseen adversity.
Chapter 3: The Detective's Call. Crestwood, once a haven of quietude, now reverberated with the hushed tones of whispered conversations as the unsettling news spread like wildfire through the tight-knit community. Neighbors exchanged concerned glances, and the air, once filled with the fragrance of blooming flowers, now carried a palpable tension. In the midst of this unsettling atmosphere, the phone in the Harris household rang, its shrill tone cutting through the heavy silence. Samuel, his mind still grappling with the weight of the news that had befallen his family, answered the phone with a cautious trepidation.
On the other end of the line was Detective Richard Anderson, a figure known for his keen investigative skills and the ability to unravel the complexities that lurked beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. The detective's voice, measured and composed, conveyed a sense of urgency that sent shivers down Samuel's spine. As the town buzzed with speculation, Detective Anderson extended a plea for Samuel's assistance in unraveling the mystery surrounding the tragic events that had unfolded within the Harris family. The detective's words hung in the air, carrying with them the weight of a responsibility that Samuel had not anticipated. Samuel, torn between the turmoil within his own household and the call to unravel the mysteries that now surrounded him, found himself at a crossroads. Detective Anderson, recognizing the gravity of the situation, laid out the facts before Samuel, facts that pointed towards the need for a deeper understanding of the events that had led to the unsettling news. With a heavy heart and a sense of reluctant acceptance, Samuel agreed to delve into the dark corners of his own life, guided by the detective's steady hand. It was a decision that would set in motion a journey into the shadows of his past, a journey that would demand not only a reckoning with the mysteries surrounding the tragedy but also an exploration of the intricacies of his own character. The detective's call acted as a catalyst, propelling Samuel into a role he had never envisioned for himself, that of a participant in the investigation, rather than a passive observer of his own fate. As the town continued to grapple with the aftershocks of the unsettling news, Samuel, accompanied by Detective Anderson, embarked on a quest for truth that would peel back the layers of his life, exposing both vulnerabilities and secrets long concealed. In the third chapter of Shadows of Love and Loss, we witness the convergence of personal turmoil and investigative duty as Samuel and Detective Anderson navigate the intricate web of clues, lies, and hidden truths. The town of Crestwood, once a sanctuary of simplicity, now becomes the backdrop for a suspenseful tale where the lines between protagonist and detective blur, and the pursuit of truth takes center stage.
Chapter 4: Secrets Unveiled. The investigation, like an unrelenting tide, carried Samuel further into the depths of his own life. Guided by Detective Richard Anderson, Samuel embarked on a quest to unravel the enigma that shrouded his family. Crestwood, once a bastion of simplicity, now became a labyrinth of hidden truths and suppressed realities. As Samuel delved into the recesses of his family's past, he began to unearth long-buried secrets that lay dormant, waiting for the moment of revelation. The picturesque facade of his seemingly idyllic existence began to crack, revealing the complexities that had silently woven themselves into the tapestry of his life. The first revelation came in the form of forgotten letters, tucked away in a dusty corner of the attic. As Samuel unfolded the yellowed pages, the words inscribed within unveiled a narrative of love and loss, a narrative that hinted at emotions suppressed and choices made in the shadows. The letters spoke of a time when the foundations of the Harris family were not as steady as they appeared, and the echoes of past decisions reverberated through the present. A photograph, hidden beneath layers of forgotten memorabilia, captured a moment frozen in time, a moment that held the key to understanding the fractures within the family. Samuel stared at the image, realizing that the smiles it portrayed masked a deeper, unspoken truth. The secrets, once shielded by the passage of time, now demanded acknowledgement. As the investigation progressed, Samuel found himself facing the harsh realities that had silently crept into his life. Deception, like a silent intruder, had woven its tendrils around the bonds of trust, leaving behind a residue of doubt and uncertainty. The relationships he had held dear were now cast in the unforgiving light of truth, and the shadows of the past stretched their fingers into the present. Conversations that had long been avoided took center stage, and confessions, both painful and cathartic, emerged from the depths of suppressed emotions. The unraveling of secrets became a catharsis for Samuel, forcing him to confront not only the external mysteries surrounding the tragedy but also the internal conflicts that had festered beneath the surface. In Chapter 4 of Shadows of Love and Loss, Samuel's journey becomes a poignant exploration of the human condition. The secrets unveiled transcend the boundaries of his own family, mirroring the universal struggle to reconcile the idealized versions of our lives with the stark realities that often lie hidden. As the layers of deception are peeled back, Samuel stands on the precipice of self-discovery, grappling with the dualities of love and loss, truth and deceit, and the fragile nature of human connections.
Chapter 5: Strained Relationships. The pursuit of truth, though noble in its intent, proved to be a double-edged sword for the Harris family. As Samuel delved deeper into the shadows that clung to the recesses of their lives, the foundations of once unwavering bonds began to tremble. Crestwood, once a sanctuary of familial harmony, now echoed with the somber notes of strained relationships. The revelation of long-buried secrets acted as a catalyst, unraveling the delicate tapestry of trust and love that had adorned the Harris family. Emily, once the pillar of support and tranquility, found herself navigating the tempest of emotions that the truth had unleashed. The once solid ground upon which the Harris family had built their lives now crumbled beneath the weight of unspoken truths and hidden regrets. Lucy and Daniel, the children caught in the crossfire of their parents' tumultuous journey, grappled with the sudden erosion of the familial haven they had taken for granted. The laughter that had once reverberated through the Harris household now echoed with an undertone of sorrow, as the innocence of childhood collided with the complexities of the adult world. Conversations that were once filled with the warmth of shared experiences now became battlegrounds, each word a potential weapon in the war of conflicting emotions. The dining table, once a gathering place for joyous family meals, now witnessed tense silences and furtive glances, each member of the family wrestling with their own internal demons. Samuel, burdened not only by the weight of the investigation but also by the repercussions it had on his family, found himself caught in a whirlwind of conflicting loyalties. The quest for truth, noble as it may be, had become a double-edged sword, cutting through the facade of normalcy to reveal the raw vulnerabilities that lay beneath. As the relationships strained under the pressure of revelations, the Harris family walked on the tightrope between love and betrayal. The emotional toll of the investigation manifested in sleepless nights, tear-stained confessions, and the palpable ache of hearts breaking under the weight of unspoken grief. In Crestwood, where once the Harris family was admired for their warmth and kindness, a cloud of melancholy hung heavy. The once vibrant threads of connection that bound the family together now frayed at the edges, threatening to unravel the very fabric of their existence. Chapter 5 of Shadows of Love and Loss becomes a poignant exploration of the fragility of human relationships. The quest for truth, while shedding light on the shadows of the past, casts its long shadows over the present, challenging the resilience of love and trust. As the Harris family grapples with the fallout of strained relationships, they stand at the precipice of a collective reckoning, uncertain of whether the bonds that once defined them can withstand the tempest that rages within.
Chapter 6: A Father's Dilemma. The relentless pursuit of truth had transformed Samuel's life into a labyrinth of moral quandaries, each turn presenting a new crossroads that demanded a decision. As the investigation unfolded, Samuel found himself standing at the precipice of a profound dilemma, one that would force him to navigate the treacherous waters between familial loyalty and the pursuit of justice. The revelations, like shards of glass, had fractured the once solid ground upon which Samuel had built his life. Loyalty to his family, a principle etched into the very core of his being, clashed with the innate desire for justice that propelled him forward. Emily's eyes, once a source of solace, now reflected the conflict that raged within Samuel, a conflict that mirrored the fractures in the relationships around him. In the hushed corridors of Crestwood, where rumors whispered tales of the Harris family's unraveling, Samuel grappled with the weight of decisions that transcended personal desires. The choices he faced were not merely about solving a mystery, they were about defining the boundaries of love, trust, and the moral compass that guided his existence. The dichotomy of his dilemma lay in the tension between protecting his family from the harsh realities that loomed and unraveling the threads of deception that threatened to suffocate them. Each step forward in the investigation seemed to widen the chasm, testing the limits of Samuel's own principles and forcing him to confront the shades of gray that colored the choices before him. Late nights became a canvas for introspection as Samuel wrestled with the ethical tightrope on which he walked. The investigation, initially a quest for justice, now became an internal struggle, a clash between the responsibility he felt towards his family and the duty he owed to the truth. The walls of the Harris household, once witnesses to shared joys and sorrows, now echoed with the weight of a father's dilemma. The town, with its watchful eyes and whispered speculations, became a silent jury observing Samuel's every move. Crestwood, once a sanctuary, now felt like a crucible where the very essence of Samuel's character would be tested. Would he shield his family from the harsh glare of truth, sacrificing justice for the sake of preserving the remnants of their fractured bonds? Or would he plunge into the depths of the investigation, risking everything in the pursuit of a justice that could redefine their future? As Chapter 6 of Shadows of Love and Loss unfolds, Samuel's dilemma emerges as the emotional epicenter of the narrative. The choices he makes will not only shape the fate of those he loves but will also serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of moral ambiguity. The shadows cast by the dilemma stretch beyond the confines of the Harris family, reaching into the very heart of Crestwood, where the consequences of one man's choices resonate with the universal struggles that define the human experience.
Chapter 7: The Depths of Despair. The investigation, once a beacon of hope in the pursuit of truth, had morphed into a relentless descent into the abyss of despair for Samuel Harris. Each revelation, like a heavy stone, weighed down his spirit, and the once clear path he trod now became shrouded in the murky fog of harsh realities. As the shadows of the past loomed larger, Samuel found himself grappling with the consequences of his own actions, each step forward in the investigation plunging him deeper into the unfathomable depths of despair. Crestwood, bathed in the soft glow of its sunsets, became a deceptive backdrop for the turmoil that raged within Samuel's soul. The whispers of the townsfolk, once mere murmurs of speculation, now took on a sinister undertone, casting judgment on the man whose pursuit of truth had inadvertently unraveled the fabric of his own existence. Sleep became an elusive companion for Samuel, as the weight of the investigation bore down on him like an insurmountable burden. In the quiet hours of the night, the creaking of the rocking chair on his porch echoed the weariness that settled in his bones. The laughter of children playing in the streets served as a haunting reminder of the innocence that had been eclipsed by the harsh truths unearthed. The once joyful family gatherings, now tainted by the pall of suspicion and revelation, transformed into somber affairs. Samuel's gaze, once steady and unwavering, now betrayed the weariness of a man confronting the darkest corners of his own soul. Emily, who had stood by him through the storm, now faced the brunt of the emotional tempest that raged within her husband. The consequences of his actions reverberated through the relationships that had once defined Samuel's life. The once sturdy bonds of love and trust now lay fractured, and the abyss of despair threatened to swallow him whole. The choices made in the pursuit of justice had become a double-edged sword, cutting not only through the layers of deception but also through the very fabric of Samuel's being. In the depths of despair, Samuel grappled with self-doubt, guilt, and the haunting shadows of the past. The walls of the Harris household, once a sanctuary, now closed in on him like a prison, echoing with the regrets of decisions made and paths taken. The unraveling of his family, a consequence of the pursuit of truth, became a reflection of the fragility of human resilience in the face of life's harsh realities. As Chapter 7 of Shadows of Love and Loss unfolds, Samuel finds himself at a crossroads where the depths of despair threaten to consume him entirely. The shadows, once confined to the peripheries, now loom large, testing the limits of his strength and resilience. The narrative becomes an exploration of the human capacity to confront the darkest aspects of existence, a journey through the abyss where redemption and despair dance on the razor's edge.
Chapter 8: Redemption Beckons. As the shadows of despair clung to Samuel like a relentless spectre, a faint glimmer of hope emerged on the horizon. In the midst of the darkness that threatened to engulf him, a whisper of redemption beckoned. Samuel, fueled by a determination born from the depths of his soul, embarked on a poignant journey, a journey to mend the shattered pieces of his life and rebuild the bonds that had once held his family together. Crestwood, still echoing with the hushed tones of judgment and speculation, bore witness to the transformation unfolding within Samuel. The once wearied gaze gained a newfound resolve, and the weight of guilt and regret began to lift as he embraced the possibility of redemption. The town, though slow to forgive, became a canvas upon which Samuel painted the brushstrokes of his own healing. Emily, the stalwart companion who had weathered the storm, now found solace in the subtle shifts in Samuel's demeanor. The lines etched by worry on her face softened as she witnessed the earnest efforts of her husband to navigate the aftermath of the revelations. The children, too, felt the subtle ripples of change, sensing a renewed energy in the air, a promise that their fractured family might find a path towards healing. Samuel's journey towards redemption was not a solitary endeavor. It entailed facing the consequences of his actions head-on and addressing the wounds inflicted upon the relationships that mattered most. In the quiet moments of introspection, he grappled with the intricacies of forgiveness, both seeking it from those he had unintentionally hurt and extending it to himself. The Harris household, once permeated by an air of despondency, became a sanctuary of reconstruction. Samuel, driven by a profound sense of responsibility, engaged in open conversations with his family, laying bare the vulnerabilities that had led them to the precipice of despair. The mending of relationships was a delicate process, akin to stitching together the fragments of a shattered vase, but with each heartfelt conversation, the tapestry of connection began to take shape once more. The town, ever vigilant in its observations, bore witness to the quiet evolution of Samuel. The judgmental whispers of yesteryear gave way to a growing acknowledgement of his earnest efforts at redemption. Crestwood, like its resilient sunsets, embraced the possibility of renewal and transformation. In the midst of the turmoil, a community forged in the crucible of shared joys and sorrows rallied around the Harris family. Neighbors extended gestures of kindness, recognizing the universal truth that redemption is not a solitary pursuit but a collective journey towards healing. As Chapter 8 of Shadows of Love and Loss unfolds, redemption becomes the focal point of the narrative, a beacon guiding Samuel through the labyrinth of his own mistakes. The story becomes a testament to the transformative power of resilience, forgiveness, and the indomitable human spirit, illustrating that even in the face of profound darkness, the promise of redemption can illuminate the path towards healing and reconciliation.
Chapter 9: Love's Resilience. In the closing chapter of Shadows of Love and Loss, the narrative takes a profound turn, revealing the transformative journey of Samuel Harris and his family. It is a chapter where the resilience of love emerges as the guiding force, an unwavering light that pierces through the darkest shadows cast by tragedy. Samuel, having weathered the storms of moral dilemmas, strained relationships, and the depths of despair, stood at the precipice of redemption. The town of Crestwood, once a silent witness to the Harris family's tribulations, now became a stage where the enduring power of love would unfold its profound drama. The journey of self-discovery that Samuel undertook was not merely an exploration of the external mysteries that had haunted his family. It became an introspective odyssey, a reckoning with his own flaws, and an acknowledgement of the complexities that define the human experience. Love, once obscured by the shadows of deception, emerged as the anchor that would guide Samuel through the maze of his own mistakes. Emily, the steadfast partner who had shared the joys and burdens of life with Samuel, became the embodiment of love's resilience. Her forgiveness, though not immediate, became a testament to the strength of a love that could withstand the tests of tribulation. The healing of the wounds inflicted upon the fabric of their marriage became a collaborative effort, where both partners extended grace and sought understanding. The children, Lucy and Daniel, became witnesses to the metamorphosis of their family. The scars of the past, though etched into the tapestry of their lives, served as a reminder that love's resilience could transcend even the deepest wounds. The family unit, once fractured, began to reassemble itself, the bond strengthened by the shared experience of confronting adversity. As the story unfolded, Crestwood itself became a character in the narrative, a backdrop against which the resilience of love played out. The townsfolk, once divided by whispers and judgment, found a collective empathy for the Harris family's journey. The community, in recognizing the universality of human frailty, became a source of support, illustrating that love's resilience extends beyond individual relationships to encompass the broader fabric of human connections. Samuel's journey, though marked by moments of despair and moral turmoil, culminated in a celebration of love's resilience. The narrative became a testament to the transformative power of love, the kind of love that weathers storms, confronts shadows, and emerges stronger on the other side. In a world often marred by tragedy, Samuel's story stood as a beacon, illuminating the enduring truth that love has the capacity to heal, rebuild, and transcend the darkest shadows that cast their pall over our lives. As the final chapter draws to a close, Shadows of Love and Loss invites readers to reflect on their own journeys, to find solace in the resilience of love, and to embrace the hope that even in the face of tragedy, redemption is possible. The narrative serves as a reminder that the human spirit, like the resilient love that binds us, has the capacity to rise above adversity, to confront our shadows, and to emerge into the light with newfound strength and understanding.